My name's Rosanna. I'm the owner and founder of Snowdonia Gear Repair. We specialise in repairing outdoor clothing and equipment, and we also do alterations. And more recently, we've started upcycling gear that can no longer be used. We also do classes. We teach people how to repair things, and we have a small shop where we sell second-hand gear that we've repaired as well. I grew up in southwest Scotland. Both my parents pretty outdoorsy. My dad's a fisherman as well. I was always into the outdoors, and then as a teenager got really into windsurfing. When I went to uni, I studied marine engineering, but once I graduated and got a job, I just got really fed up of sitting behind a desk. So I wanted a job that still used that mechanical part of my brain that I'd enjoyed in engineering, but something that I could do with my hands that was also purposeful for the environment. So that was really the goal with the business. So this Rab jacket is actually mine, and it's actually the first down jacket I ever had. I did not grow up with posh kit, and we didn't have much money, so I literally had the cheapest non-breathable waterproofs that you could get, or usually fishing overalls. So it wasn't really till starting this job that I started to get the more higher end and the more specific outdoor gear. It's now become the testing piece that every time we get new fabric in, we pop it on there. I take it for a walk for a couple of months and see how the fabric fares. My jacket's become covered in patches, and now I'm so attached to it, I'm definitely never going to get another one, not till it's entirely patches. So this rip happened classic on a dog walk, brush past some barbed wire. Our rail's always full of down jackets with little nicks and tears in them. All we've done is restuffed the lost down, cut a small patch of this ripstop, and then stitched it on, and that's it, good to go. The biggest learning curve has been how the industry really operates. I assumed that the whole point of having a business that sold a product was to make the best product that you could. That is not the truth. It's about selling as many units as possible. That there's designers out there that don't know how to sew. I have more and more respect for the people on the factory floor. That's a skill that we're losing. That's why we do classes, because it's really important to us. We're at that turning point where we have people who are alive in the UK today who worked in clothing factories. My grandma did. She worked, and most of her family worked in factories in Leeds, but we're just losing them. So this is the point where we either lose that skill and that knowledge, or we don't, and we get hold of it and we bring it back home. We choose to build things well, not just because they sell. To say that women aren't in engineering is a lie, because sewing is engineering. We just have separated fashion. When you think of engineering, you think of bridges. When you think of fashion, you think of pictures. Fashion is construction as much as a bridge is construction.
These are Joss's trousers, and they've got a big old rip right in the bum. So we're just going to stitch them back together. We'll do this line of stitching first, and then we'll connect them to the gusset down below. My name is Sadie, and I am an employee of Snowdonia Gear Repair. So I was working in marketing at an event, and she was sewing stuff, and I just saw this like colorful array of threads, much like you see around the workshop, and a sewing machine and someone working away. And it was this beautiful sunny day, I remember, and she must have taken a break. She was like sitting out on a bench outside, and I just sat down next to her to take a little break, and we got chatting, and I was like, wow, this person is doing something that I just think is so cool, and it's something that I would love to do. I was like, wow, you are living the dream. That is so cool. I mean, I just love to be outside. The thing that I would never say no to is walking, like ideally with everything I need on my back, sleeping outside somewhere, being able to like be self-sufficient and like travel through a landscape is really appealing. I've hiked a couple of the like longer through hikes in America. And I also got really into climbing when I was in uni, and I still do go climbing a fair amount, mostly trad climbing. And yeah, there's just so much of it around North Wales. It's like a lovely way to be in the environment here and experience different rock types and make different shapes with your body.
So our crossbody bags are one of our newer products. They actually came from a personal project. Me and Joss went to Madeira, and I wanted an ultralight bag that I could wear that held my snacks, because as a woman you often have clothing that doesn't have pockets, so I wanted something I could put my phone and my snacks. It'd be really easy to access. And then when we came back, we started making them out of wax canvas, kind of as a more durable option. So this fabric is dead stock that's come from Hallie Stevenson in Scotland. So the fabric's actually made in the UK. And then the handles we've made from upcycled rope. We cut it down, remove the core, and then zigzag it together with bonded nylon thread, so it's super strong. And then that's how you get that flattened look. After we've done that, we move on to making the main body. So first we create the pocket, attach the label, and then we add the zip, bind that, top stitch as well. And then we assemble the front to the back, so as you'd expect, putting all the pieces together. We sew around the edge, we bind it, and then right at the end we move to the bar tacker, which is our super strong machine that creates a little zigzag slug that you see at the top of the bag and on the strap, and that basically secures it down, stops the handle coming out, and that's it. That's the bag ready to go. So a huge part of the reason we also moved to North Wales was because we both love surfing and windsurfing, and we've got a Spaniel, so whenever there's no surf, we're either walking her or, which she much prefers, mountain biking, and she gets very upset when we go back to walking if we've been mountain biking. Being within the mountains where people actually use the kit, I think really helps us, especially on those days where you've had a really tricky job. You think, well, it's really important because I'm out here and it's raining and it's cold and I've just fixed someone's down jacket. So it really helps us remember why we do it. It's both sometimes a negative reminder of why it's important to keep going, but also a really positive one, you know, when you get that beautiful crisp morning and you look at some perfectly formed bit of ice on a leaf and think, oh my gosh, this is worth preserving. The number of times I've been on a dog walk before work and had that moment. I think sometimes when you live in a city, nature can feel weak. She's not, she's so powerful. If you ever need to go to sleep, watch lean manufacturing videos because most people find them so tedious and I freaking love them.
There's my favorite one, and then this one is new. I got from a place in New York where my grandma used to have a hair salon. So yeah. Cool. Yeah, thank you.
Well, Dave Huntley and Gareth Young in 1971 fell 100 foot from November Route on Cloggy when a 7mm runner hanging from a nut came untied.
Ooh.
He wasn't wearing a helmet and he's very glad to still be alive. Lessons learned, I guess. A few comments are in order. This is the last time I'll be climbing in Britain this summer. This is the same story, by the way. Oh, he's American, let's go. Rock climbing here is much different from Yosemite. Better in some ways, worse in other. I didn't do enough climbing to get the hang of British rock and would much like to return to do some good climbs. It was great being able to be here, thanks much.